we've got a lot of stuff in this show. So we're going to do our market mover segment first, where we're going to take a piece of research from last week that Kai did, which was great, and we're gonna recap that. We are taking live tweets with the hashtag LIZJNY on it, and we're also going to manage this account.
Yes, we will. But yeah, you're right. Let's do the market measures first. Friday, we did the morning show. So we did not have our show. Usually on our show, we do a recap of the weekly market measures. Just the anything important that we might need to know or you might need to know that we may have missed during the morning show. So this market measure recap has lots of valuable information. And we're going to do it today on Monday since we missed it on Friday.
Yeah, we are. And so we're going to take a look at that right now. I'm going to pop right into it. So it is 10:08. And the market measures recap, number one is VIX volatility. How fast does the VIX spike or drop? I thought this was a really good one.
I think this is interesting, and I'm interesting to see what it says because I feel like the last few down moves where we had that long VXX, we had a long VIX position. It took like market down. It took so many days to get that vol to really pop. And we never even got much out of that long VIX position.
We made something, but it wasn't much, right?
It wasn't much.
I agree with you. All right, so let's do the first slide. Let me get in there so we can move it. Due to the heightened VIX levels at the beginning of this year, we've received many questions about its volatility speed. Will the VIX come back down to normal levels? When?
I think it happened already. I think we're just about at normal levels right now, but we have shown in previous studies that the VIX rises slower from lower values than high ones. The VVIX and VIX also show a strong correlation. So the VVIX is like the volatility on volatility. It's the
volatility on the volatility, right? And let me ask you this. Where do you think the VIX is right now?
I think it's 17.
18.
18.
That's what I'm saying. Okay, so Spoos are up 23 and the VIX is up 5%.
So now 18 is the average of the VIX, right?
It's 1802 right now. But yes,
so we're right at average. We're right at average VIX levels.
But if you see the market, like if you see the market at all-time highs, in my mind, it should be much lower.
But we talked about this last week, and we talked about this on the trading floor with some of the market makers. There have normally markets going up and vols coming in, but there have been so many call buyers out there, that the market makers have actually, bid up the prices because there've been so many call buyers out there. And now with the market up so high, the put buyers are probably coming in. So even though the market's at all-time highs, we're seeing a higher vol than expected. But I think because
right? Yeah,
I think we've got a lot of buyers on both sides, calls and puts.
I think you're right. Okay, so this market measure will answer these questions in detail and analyze how the VIX behaves when spiking or dropping 5 points, depending on its starting value. So this is where I was like, Jenny, what are they talking about here? This next slide, Jenny was talking me through, which was great. And I actually do like this slide. So it gives the starting range of the VIX, meaning 10 to 13. And so what is the 100% chance it's going to go up 5 points?
Within the next 24 days. So that's how I'm reading this. If the VIX is 10 to 13% of spikes greater than 5 points, 100% in the next 24 days. So that would mean VIX going from 10 to 15, which
is nothing.
Yeah, right. And percent of drops greater than 5 points, 0 when VIX is 10 to 15, because we've never seen it at 5 or 6. The lowest we've seen it is in the 8 handle. And that was very brief. So I get that. Now we're in that 16 to 19 level. So there's only a 50% chance, 50.
But look at that 16 to 19 level. It's a 50% chance of it going up or a 50% chance of it going down. That's that spot where it's anything goes.
Right. It's just a coin flip. It's like betting on, black or red. Who knows? The market could keep going up and we could slowly grind. VIX can slowly come down. I don't think.
But we're grinding up and the VIX isn't coming down.
I'm surprised that there's a 48% chance of it going down more than 5 points, meaning it would go from 19 to 14.
Well, that's that sweet spot where anything goes. And I'm going to go, let's go to the next slide. Okay. So we can look at this. So now this is, if the VIX is around 20, that's what we talked about. There's a 50-50 chance of it experience a spike or a drop because it's kind of it's that range where anything goes. Below that value, it's more likely to experience a spike. Above that, it's more likely to experience a drop. That's pretty interesting.
Well, and let's talk about like how we can get that drop. If we're coming up to Memorial Day, summer, we're doing nothing. Market's just kind of holding steady. Maybe we're up slightly, and nothing's going on. People stop racing in and buying all these options. The market will settle down. The vol will come in, and we can get into a very like boring slump in the summer where we do have a VIX in the mid teens.
And the summer doldrums are derived from options traders. I'm kidding. I'm sure it's from something else. But it is true. In the summer, notoriously, the volatility is low and there's not a lot of stuff going on, right?
Oh, in the summer, on the trading floor in the summer, there's some beautiful grounds outside the building. And in the summer, most traders would be outside, sitting outside. Do you know how many traders I would see like laying on those planters outside, just in the sun by the fountain, hanging out? Because in the middle of the day in the summer, it can get very slow, very slow.
I wonder if the zeros and the cheap insurance and the cheap shots is going to change all that. You know what I mean? I think having all these options to buy the inexpensive, meaning 0 days, the least duration days, might change that.
Maybe, but if we're not moving at all, if we're barely moving, I mean, we can get into a point where we're barely moving. Or like we saw, there's a 52% chance that the VIX will spike more than 5 points and we're going to have a lot of action. Who knows? Who knows what the end of May and June will bring? True.
Okay, but as the cycle duration increases, the average duration as a percentage of the cycle reduces. Thus, the VIX is expected to mean revert within 20 days or so once it hits its highest or lowest point in the cycle. So
I'd love this to be followed up with the study on, the whole sell in May and go away. Are we mostly down in June? Is June notoriously a bearish month?
I don't know. I mean, the sell in May and go away. There's lots of phrases from the trading floor like that, right? But I don't know. You know who that's a question for? Well, Mr. Christopher Vecchio.
Oh yeah, right. Or our research team, because they could look back at previous Junes and see. But I don't remember too many big down moves in the summer. Maybe just the August of 2015. I think it was August of 2015.
Yeah, but it was near the end of August, which is almost fall. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. I think it was like August. I think it was like August 24th or something.
Yeah,
like
the
that.
kids were back at school. It was right around my anniversary.
So I do remember a big down move in August, and I can't even remember if it was 2015. I'm guessing maybe, but that sounds right. Because I think we had that big down move that August, and then our next big down move was like December of 2018 or 2019, and then we had COVID. But
oh yeah,
so I don't remember a big down move in June or July.
Yeah, no, I kind of agree with you, but we'll take it to people smarter than us and see what they have to say. And so let me get back in this. So to kind of go to the next slide, the takeaways. As the average VIX increases for that year, there are more large price moves.
Yes, the VIX does take longer to move at the same point amount when starting from a lower VIX compared to a higher one. This pattern occurs both when the VIX spikes or drops.
And if the VIX is around 20, there's a 50-50 chance of it experiencing a spike or a drop. The VIX is expected to mean revert within 20 days or so after a large point move, 1 month cycle. Another reason why it's important to keep duration longer for our trades. Okay.
So we're not expecting, can you go back a slide or two? I just want to take a look at when the VIX is so high. Go to the slide before. Okay, so when the VIX is greater than 25, you've got a 76% chance that within 11 days, the VIX is going to drop 5 points. I think that's important to see. So when the VIX is high and everyone's panicking, there's a 76% chance within 11 days, VIX is going to settle down and the panic will end.
Yeah. And we'll usually see that. You know what, Jenny? Let's go to, just because we like to put our money where our mouth is, I'm just going to go, before we wrap this up, let's go to the VIX right now. This is what I was saying. It's exactly at 18. I was surprised by that. And we're going to take a look at the chart, right? So you had a spike up to 34, and then within a month, it's back down to 20. It's happening.
But look what's so weird. This is what's so weird, and I don't understand what's going on. or maybe there's news this week or meetings or something going on this week that is causing this. But you see, the jump is today. The jump.
That's what I'm saying. It was 17. It was 16 yesterday. It's 17 today. Nothing adds up for me in this with this because Spoos are up 20. If I didn't look at the VIX, that's why during this cycle we see Spoos up 22. I was like, Jenny, where's the VIX right now? And you said 16.
I 17. This is like 16, 19, 17, because that's where we were last week. So if you go on last week and look at Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, or Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, we were all right around 17. And today we jump up to 18 on a Monday. Why? I don't know. Again, maybe there's some big news coming out this week that I'm unaware of.
But you know what this tells me, and I don't know if this is right or wrong. I don't even think I don't know if there's news or not news. I don't really care. But I do tell you, when I see the market up, VIX up, I close things quicker.
Usually the VIX is a tell.
That's what I'm saying, because we've seen this before where everything's up, and then it gets killed at the end of the day. And it's usually the VIX that shows it. So all I'm saying in my mind is that guess what I'm doing right after the show? I'm going to get in, I'm going to batten the hatches for last call.
Batten down the hatches. Right. So we've seen it before where with the market, we saw like VIX up when the market wasn't doing anything, or VIX up when the market was up. And we thought, geez, that's weird. And then later that day or later that week, the market was down. And then we thought, maybe we should have listened to the market.
Yeah, the market's smarter than we are. For sure.
So maybe you're right. Maybe it's time to batten down the hatches.
I'm battening down the hatches at exactly 11 o'clock our time.
All right. Well, that was a good market measure recap.